Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a full day of meal ideas, all inspired by Valentine's Day. So I know Valentine's Day is this weekend, and I thought I would share a fun at-home date night dinner option and also some fun snacks if you guys have little ones like I do. I have Brooks, who is 2.5 years old. He will be 3 in April, so he loves going all out for different holidays. So I'm gonna do a fun treat with him later, but if you guys are interested, then just stick around and make sure to like this video if you guys like cook and clean with me, and also to subscribe and hit that bell notification. That way you're notified every time I make a new video.
I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day. Don't know what to do.
I'm starting off the day by making my morning coffee, and I've been really into my Nespresso machine again. I've had this one for a couple of years along with the milk frother, and I love it. It has totally gave me more energy in the mornings, and it just tastes so smooth. So if you guys want to check one out for yourselves, I will have them linked in my Amazon store down in the description. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of creamer. I do froth the creamer, and that's all that I add to my coffee. So that's how I make it in the mornings, and it is so good. I look forward to this every single day.
I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid like every day. Don't know what to do or what I should say, 'cause
For breakfast this day, we are going to make some Valentine's Day cinnamon rolls. So what I had originally planned for this was to physically make hearts out of cinnamon rolls, but unfortunately I got the kind that are just punch outs, kind of like biscuits, so they didn't unroll. So mom fail, but it's alright. We'll still make them fun, but if you guys are going to be making this, make sure to get the kind that unroll. So you're just going to bake them in the oven according to the package. Usually takes about 13 minutes, and once they come out, you're just going to ice them. And you can do one of two things. You can leave the icing how it is with white, or you can add a little bit of red food coloring if you decide to make it a pink or red color. But if nonetheless you just want to add some Valentine's Day sprinkles to them, you can do that. That's what we ended up doing, and Brooks loved it. So a really easy way to make breakfast really fun and special for them.
he doesn't know my name. He doesn't know my name. Yeah.
Hey Brooks, what does heart
Coming love.
say? It means love, that's right. Just add a little sprinkles and they'll love it.
Mommy, cut it up.
Yeah, I'll cut it.
Now moving on to lunch, we're going to make some heart personal pizzas. These are so easy to make, and I just went ahead and got the store-bought, all ready to go dough for the pizza crust, and I didn't realize it at the time, but this was thick crust pizza. So I just took a heart cookie cutter to cut the dough out and line those up on a pan that I sprayed with cooking spray. That way I didn't have to worry about them sticking to the bottom. And then you can add whatever sauce you like. We really like the Prego sauce, just the regular pizza sauce. It's so good, very sweet, but not too sweet, if that makes sense. So that's the one that we always opt for when making pizzas at home. And then you're gonna top it with some cheese, and I like getting the Italian style cheese. It just has all different kinds in it, super good. So definitely give that a try if you haven't before. And then once you have all of the cheese on, you're gonna go in with a couple different seasonings. I personally like adding in just some Italian seasoning, and then I'll also use some sea salt, some pepper, and then to really spice it up a little bit, you can do hot pepper flakes, or I always do garlic powder. So I think the seasonings really give that pizza the flavor, especially with a thicker crust. So you can use whatever you'd like and then top it with whatever toppings you like. So for this lunch, I just did pepperoni and just kept it really simple. And then you'll just want to bake them whatever the package on the dough calls for. Mine was 425 for about 10 to 12 minutes. And this is what they turned out to look like. So really cute, personal little pizzas to have a fun Valentine's Day lunch. All right, now it's time for a snack, and we're gonna make a really fun Valentine's Day trail mix. This is great if you have little ones, if you are planning for a Valentine's Day party at school, or if you just want to have them at home to grab before running out the door. This will be a really good snack to make. So I got these little Valentine's pretzels from Walmart, and they came in individual packages. So if you guys needed some like Valentine's Day card, like thing to go with it, you could always add in these pretzels. I think they're so cute with the X's and O's. So I'm first going to add a bunch of those to my bowl, and I'm just going to start mixing everything in. So I'm going to add some mini marshmallows next, but you honestly could mix in whatever you'd like. It's really up to you, however much you want to put in there. And then I'm also going to do some heart-shaped Cheerios. I found these at Walmart as well, and I thought they were so cute. They also had frosted strawberry Cheerios that I thought would be really yummy as well. It's just up to you, whatever you think your kiddos would like. And then I'm also going to add in some white chocolate chips that I just had in the counter. You could do any kind of chocolate chips that you wanted. I just wanted to keep it in one like color scheme, so I did the white. And then to add some color, I'm using some Valentine's Day M&Ms. You could also do peanut M&Ms or the caramel ones, and this is what it turned out to look like, and I thought it was so cute and it's so good.
Try it out. Is it good? It's a Valentine's Day pretzel. Yum, you guys, this is so good. The little white chocolate chips really make it. So if you wanted to make a bunch, you could put like 2 things of M&Ms, or you can even do peanut M&Ms, but be careful with those with nut allergies for other kids. So yeah, I'm going to put them in little baggies now, and that way Brooks can grab them on the go and have these in the car. I think it'll be a good little snack.
'Cause there's nothing that can stand in our way. If you'd stay here, it'd be more than okay. 'Cause there's nothing that can stand in our way. You're the one that I want. You're the one that I need. You're the one that I want. We can make it tonight.
Now I have a little bit of a mess on my hands with the dishes, so I'm going to wash them up real quick, and that way they're out of the way and I can get started on dinner later. That way I just have a clean slate. I don't know about you guys, but I like to clean my house as the day goes on. That way I'm not stuck with a ton of stuff to do at the end of the night or for the next morning. I just like to try to stay on top of it. This doesn't always happen, but whenever it does, it feels so good. So I'm just gonna wash and dry these dishes and then put them up. And then another tip is to just leave the water in the sink if you know that you're gonna be washing more after dinner or whatever. That way you're not like wasting water. So I'm just gonna leave that there and get started on dinner. So tonight I'm making a chicken fettuccine alfredo out of the Magnolia cookbook. This is the first time that I've made this recipe, and I will say I was very impressed with it. It was so good and definitely like date night feels. So if you want to stay in and have like a little date night at home, definitely try this recipe out. You start out by getting some chicken breasts and you want to flatten them out. So I didn't have an official flattener, so I used an ice cream scoop and it did the job. Next, you're going to get 3 different bowls and you're going to take a cup of flour, some salt and pepper, and put that in one bowl. The next bowl, you're going to mix up some eggs. And then the last bowl, you're going to do breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese. So that's going to be our little station to dip our chicken in, and it's going to make it really good. So we're basically going to fry some chicken up in a skillet, and then I'll show you a little tip to keep the chicken nice and fresh here in a little bit. That way it doesn't get like soggy or cold or anything while your fettuccine is baking. So really simple. You're just going to make your assembly line, and then you'll cut up the chicken and get it ready to dip.
I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be. Come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I know you will always be the. I'll do it all for you. I'll be enough for you, baby. I'll do it all for you. I'll be enough for you. 'Cause you make me feel like, yeah, you make me feel like I said you.
Okay, once all of the chicken is dipped and coated in all 3 bowls, you're going to add some butter and olive oil to a skillet on medium-low heat, and you're going to add your chicken in and cook it about 3 minutes on each side, and you'll have to watch them. I kind of overcooked the first batch here a little bit, so just watch it. If you need to turn your skillet down, that's totally fine. And then you're going to line another pan and with some paper towels and stick it in the oven at 200 degrees. That way you can finish cooking your noodles, and the chicken will stay nice and warm and won't get soggy. So now you're going to clean out that same skillet and add a whole stick of butter to it. And in the meantime, you're also going to boil your noodles and make whatever sides you want. So then you're going to add some garlic to that butter mixture and let that cook down for a little bit on low heat. And then you're going to add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and this is going to make our Alfredo sauce. So you're just going to let that simmer for a little while until it thickens up, and then you're going to add some cheese. I think I use mozzarella or maybe Parmesan, mixture of both, I'm not sure, but you guys screenshot the recipe. That way you can have something to go off of if you make this recipe. But you're just going to keep whisking that together. Let all the cheese melt and all of the flavors mesh together. And then your sauce will be ready to go. After your noodles are drained and all cooked, you can add the sauce to the noodles and you will be all set. Okay, now the fun part, it's time to plate dinner. I'm so excited about this. There was something about this chicken that I just couldn't get enough of. It was just so crispy and I just loved it. I'm definitely going to make chicken like this again. I also made some green beans and added some black pepper to the fettuccine. And here's the final product. So really good. I also made some breadsticks and it was such a yummy dinner. So now I'm cleaning up the kitchen and just going to put everything away for leftovers. You can store the chicken, but she said it's best like as soon as you fry it. But it is good the next day. We had it for leftovers and it wasn't bad at all. I will say though that the noodles soaked up the sauce tremendously by the next day. So I would almost make like 1.5 rest of what the recipe calls for the sauce. That way you just have extra sauce for the noodles, but it's totally preference. Alright, now I'm going to throw anything that I can into the dishwasher. That way it saves me a little bit of time of washing dishes by hand. And then I'm going to wash by hand some of the bigger pans and stuff that won't fit in the dishwasher.
I tried written down the words to say. It is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out. Wanna do the
Now it's time for dessert, and we're gonna make some brownie bites and ice cream. And I was talking to my mom on the phone, if you see me talking to someone throughout this little clip, but I'm gonna make some brownie bites with an Aldi brownie mix. And I'm just gonna take my mini muffin pan and spray it down with cooking spray, that way they don't stick. And I'm just going to mix up the brownie recipe according to the package with my KitchenAid mixer. If you guys don't have a mixer, you can just make it in a bowl. That's what I used to always do. I did get this mixer right before Christmas when it was on super sale, and I will say I love it. It's such a good piece. I know it's an investment, but I love it. It really takes all of the heavy work out of making things, as far as like cookies and brownies, breads. I mean, you name it, I'm always using it. I'd say I use it probably 3 times a week at least. So definitely a good piece to have in your kitchen.
don't know what you do to me. All I know is you can take my breath away.
Okay, to get the brownies into the pan, I'm just going to take a cookie scooper and just kind of scoop it into the mini muffin pan.
I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do.
While the brownies are in the oven, they typically have about 25 to 30 minutes to bake. So I have some time to wash the dishes that I just used. I like to wash my KitchenAid mixer stuff by hand just to try to preserve it a little bit more. And I ended up FaceTiming my mom, and my grandparents went over to their house. So I was talking to them for a minute while I was doing the dishes. But yeah, really simple, easy. Just do it as you go, and then it doesn't get piled up. And last but not least, I'm going to give my kitchen a good wipe down with the Method Daily Granite Cleaner and the Apple Orchard Scent and the Microfiber Cloth. These are my 2 favorite cleaning products, and I do reuse the cloth. I'll just hang it on a little hook on my door, and it works out really good. So I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day, whether you are spending it with a loved one or if you're just gonna do something on your own. Take a night to have some self-care and to really just love on yourself, love those around you, and I hope that this video inspires you guys to try out some new meal ideas or recipes. There's so much that you can do. Definitely check me out on Pinterest if you want some more inspiration. I've got tons of boards over there, and I try to pin to it on a regular basis, so definitely check that out. But know that you are worthy of love, you are loved, and you can do great things in this life.
Stuck in boring conversations with you.
Okay, now that the brownies are out of the oven, I'm just going to use the ends of my ice cream scooper to make a little hole in the center of the brownie. That way we can put some ice cream. You don't have to necessarily do this step. It depends on if you're going to do like a bunch of brownie bites or if you're going to do individual ones. I'm going to do a little one for Brooks because honestly he doesn't need that much sugar. But for Taylor, I'm going to use like a couple of them, so it's totally preference and up to you. I'm just going to do 1 scoop of ice cream, a little bit of chocolate syrup, and then I'm going to add some fun Valentine's Day sprinkles again on top, and it will be a cute little Sunday treat. You guys can style this or arrange it however you like with whatever toppings sound good to you and your
Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind. Find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah.
Does it smell good? Oh man. Is it good, baby?
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe if you are new. Let me know down in the comments if you made it to the end of the video by commenting with an ice cream emoji. I'm off to go eat mine now, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.